Hushu and Denoi Maganidug, Nindash Money Dunud and Indigenous Cause, Bishu and Du Dame, Odawa, Sagai Gunning and Dun Chiba. Nimin the Mama Yaya Nungum, Mino Adishugo, Numaya Dasha Wabang, or Bichinago, Ingi Bimibizo Yanama, Gaigo Iwide, Minoa King, Mino Adishugo, Megwa Dasho, Gaigo, Biwang Ma, Gaigo. Industrial Gijik Bay Gijik Ma Gaigo Dago Shinung Ma Gaigo Dibikong Aniwijagana Shimbangi. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jason Schlender, the Executive Administrator for the Great Lakes Indian Fish and Wildlife Commission, and I just want to kind of break from some of the formality here this morning by just expressing my extreme appreciation for being here. Yesterday, I started driving from Milwaukee at 7:30 yesterday morning, and drove through a blizzard all the way through Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. So my hands are a little sore from gripping the steering wheel of my vehicle. So I'm really appreciative of everyone being here, and my motivation for doing that is that when tribes have a seat at the table. We want to make sure that we fill that seat, and also that we also it's also our determination to be here, so to represent the tribes, especially for the Great Lakes Indian Fish and Wildlife Commission. And so I will provide my part, the testimony on behalf of the Great Lakes Indian Fish and Wildlife Commission. So the Department of Interior, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, the Trust Natural Resources Management, Rights Protection Implementation, no less than $66 million for FY27. The amount calculated by the 5 intertribal commissions to meet their basic needs. Of that amount, no less than 17.71% to be directed to the Great Lakes Area Resource Management. Regardless of overall RPI funding, GLFWC has identified a need of at least $8,927,000 to be directed through the Great Lakes Area Resource Management. In the area of Trust Natural Resource Management, and at least $19,044,000 enacted by Congress in FY26, and the TMDP requests of GLFWC's member tribes. The Trust Natural Resources Management Fish Wildlife Parks Program, at least $23,751,000 be enacted for FY26. For EPA, $369 million, including no less than 7% to the Distinct Tribal Program, or DDP, which is approximately $25 million. So the Great Lakes Indian Fish and Wildlife Commission has been active for over 40 years and is a federally recognized governmental institution that for the implementation and the comprehensive conservation, natural resource protection, and law enforcement programs to ensure compliance with federal court orders that provide the framework within which member tribes exercise their treaty rights. And so GLFWC was established in 1984. We represent 11 tribes, as President Johnson had mentioned earlier, 11 tribes in 3 states. So GLFWC's FY27 funding request highlights are, as mentioned, $8,927,000 for Great Lakes Area Resource Management, the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative funding of no less than $369 million, and full funding for contract support costs as required by ISDEA Act. Sufficient funding in the Tribal Management and Development line item for GLFWC's member tribes to fulfill needs of reservation-based natural resource programs. More specifically, GLFWC has been chronically underfunded for, our buying power has decreased over time. So with the requested increase, we will see an opportunity for our wages to be increased so that we can be competitive, and it is specifically for our law enforcement, our conservation wardens that provide services as well. That's where we remain underfunded. So those are some of our priorities for FY27. So, Miigwech President Deli, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Aja?